Hi everyone, it's Kate back here. I've got another Hipkit design process video for you. This week I'm doing a main kit only layout, which I've got two challenge prompts for. One is for it to be a masculine, which is a bit out of my comfort zone, because even though I've got a 3-year-old little boy, I do tend to love the flowers and the more girly elements. So masculine I tend to struggle with, but it's good to step outside your comfort zone. The second prompt is to use stitching on the background to create a nice effect. So I'm using the August 2020 Hipkits for this one. The great thing about the August 2020 Hipkits is there are lots of exclusives in this kit. So you're going to get all sorts of exclusive papers, die cuts, the cardboard die cuts, the alpha stickers I think are also exclusives as well. So these kinds of things, you're not going to be able to get those anywhere else. They are only in the Hipkits. So I've taken one of the papers, which is one of the exclusives. It's called Awesome Life by Kim and Kimberly. I think the paper's actually called X Factor. I've cut those out, and what I've done, I've sped this part of the video up quite significantly, because this, believe it or not, took quite a long time to do, but the payout on the effect that it gave at the end was definitely worth the time that it took. So I cut each of these little chevron pieces out and laid them on the paper, and then I just used a distress tool just to distress the edges of those. So I'm just doing that there. I'm just going to just put the tiniest amount of glue just on the edges, just to sort of put them in place, because I am actually going to machine stitch over these. But I just like to put the tiniest bit of glue just on the edges, just to hold them down while I do that. You'll notice that I do it on the edges as well, not through the middle, because I'm actually going to stitch straight through the middle. So I'm just deciding on the placement that I want for the chevrons. I decided to just have a larger section on the right hand side, and then just a hint of a smaller section on the left, just to balance things out. I'm just trimming the strip off at the bottom, and just trimming any excess off with my scissors. So I'll take this off camera now to machine stitch through the middle. I also decided that I wanted to do some handmade embellishments with this. So I just drew some freehand stars on a piece of white card. I'm going to use those as templates, so I cut each one of those out by hand. Then I just pull two more exclusive papers from the August kit. I'm just drawing round each star. I think I do about 5 on each sheet of paper, a mixture of I've got a large, medium and a small one. And then what I'm going to do is the larger and the medium size ones, I'm going to put those together and sort of layer them up. Then I'm going to take those off camera and machine stitch those as well. So I'll show you those when they're done. So I finished machine stitching that, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. Like I said, the effort that it was to distress the edges really paid off, because with that and the stitching, it ended up with a really nice effect on there. So I've just took my photo and I've just backed that onto just plain white card. Yeah, I haven't got one of these fancy ATG guns. I think the refills are really expensive, so I just use a normal roll of double-sided tape. I then took some of there's a lovely navy blue cardstock in the cardstock kit, so I just backed my photograph in that one as well, just to make it really stand out against the white background. I had a look through some of the exclusive die cuts just to choose a couple of pieces that I wanted to use on this layout. I also knew that I really wanted to use that large orange circle embellishment from the cardboard die cuts, but the phrase on it, I can't quite read it from here, but it says something about gamer, which doesn't fit with this photo. So what I like to do is not, you can always change up the embellishments, or, write over them, or place something over to cover something that you don't want to see. So I actually stamped out the word cool instead, and I'm just going over there with a pen because some of the edges came out a bit fuzzy. I think that was my fault because I was using a distress ink to stamp them out. So I'm just going to cut those out. Because you can still see the word underneath, I just also trimmed a piece of white card just to cover that up, that I could then layer the letters on top of. And when I stick those down, you would never tell that there was another word underneath. It looks really good. And I was really pleased to be able to use that piece because I think that really catches the eye and really looks nice in that corner. I then try to place these stars. I really struggle with getting the placement on those right. You'll see from the video that I move them around several times. There's some other nice pieces of embellishments that I've found the word rad there. There's also a little camera that fits perfectly with this colour scheme that I've got. I also use the exclusive Puffy Alpha stickers to spell Boys Club in the left hand side there. And you can see me fiddling with the stars again. I thought with the colour of the title, I just needed another pop of that exact blue. So they have got a full sheet of that exact colour in the cardstock kit. So I just trimmed a tiny little piece off just to put it in that corner, just to tie everything together. I couldn't resist the full cut apart sheet where you've got all the lovely pretty florals, but I did stick to just the blue leaves. I did stray away from using any of the floral patterns, as difficult as that was. So I just hand cut a couple of those pieces out, and just to layer those behind the embellishments on the top right and the bottom left. And then I think I've decided that's definitely where I want the stars to go now. So I use a little technique just to pop these up that I learnt from Missy actually, where she just uses some foam that she's got. It doesn't have to be sticky back foam. I just buy the foam sheets. You can get a huge pack for about £1 over here in the UK. Then I just put glue on those myself on both sides and just cut those to fit the stars. I've just put that on there just to weight it down just while those dry. And I'm just putting some extra glue just behind the alphas, because the last thing you want is for those to sort of pop up after a few months when you're looking back at the album. So now that I'm happy with the placement of everything, I decide to commit, and I'm going to stick everything down now. So I use a bit of double-sided tape and a bit of the wet glue as well. And then I just decide to do my journaling at the bottom. The final touches, my camera did cut out on me, but I just used the Nuvo crystal drops in midnight blue, which you get as part of the kit, just to add some little accents. So that has been my second process video. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. I really appreciate you stopping by. I hope you'll like and subscribe the video, and I look forward to seeing you here again soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.